How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Give me a second here. Yeah, you know me. Okay. So this is Lucifer here, man, aka the realest nigga alive. Pardon my language. Aka I'm what you never was. Aka I'm still doing good. Aka I ain't got nothing better to say, aka aka I'ma see you later, aka I can't condone mediocrity. Alright. So, and if you're wondering what am I doing here, let me tell you, I'm talking about everything the earth is made of, which is what? Business and spirituality. Yes, sir, Bob. Like I said, we're back. Hey. I'm only human. Alright? I'm only human, so I don't, hey, look, I like being real with people, and when I talk to the screen, I talk to everybody. Everybody's involved. People that don't know they're involved are involved. You know what I mean? When the people that think that I don't want to have nothing to do with them, I'm talking to them. People that always been with me, I'm talking to them. People that are not with me, I'm talking to them, and they all get the message. So when I speak, people listen. Point blank range. So anyways, the point here that I'm trying to do. First of all, I have to say the reason why I'm saying that is because like I don't talk about all my problems on the internet, obviously, because it's the internet. But there's some aspect of my life I don't mind sharing because we're all in this together. Pardon my pun. We're all in this together. No, I didn't shave the beard. I know, whatever. This is like this is on the fly. This is a video on well, it's not really on the fly, but I didn't feel like doing it. Now I'm doing it. So yeah, I don't really mind people, hey, if you wanna, there's certain individual, the thing is, the quality of humans has decreased severely in the recent years. There's quantity right now. When we're talking about the human race, there is quantity over quality, right? And that's the problem. There's more crap people than good people, and I don't mean good like goody two shoes. I mean like useful people. You know what I mean? Like non playable characters, and there's a lot of non-playable characters, and there's very few playable characters. You know what I mean? That's why playable characters are always cooler than the NPCs, because they're special, because they're built different. when Lucifer created them, those playable characters said, nah, I'll make this dude look cool, because he's gonna be my player. I'm gonna play with this dude. You know what I mean? I don't want this dude looking like an NPC. That's the dude I'm gonna play with. You know what I mean? So anyway. So anyways, man. Shit, I'm looking kinda ashy. Anyways, I'm gonna have to deal with it. So anyways, man. We're gonna talk about love a little bit, man. And this is all segue. We're gonna talk about love here, man. A little bit, not too much, but a little bit, because the thing is, there's something going on right now. Well, it's not really love. We're gonna talk about females. We're gonna talk about women. And the thing is, the problem is, right now, I feel like, first of all, there's something I should have said in my last video that I didn't say. First of all, me, in my neck of the woods, in Alaska, I don't know what's up with everybody in Alaska on YouTube. But anyway, where I come from, Alaska, women right now are, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them because they're on the attack. And it was inevitable that it was going to happen. The reason why it was inevitable, the thing is, gay people are trying to be women. That's their choice. But that's still number one. That it still correlates to the rest of this discussion. Gay people are trying to be women. And then there's some dudes, we don't know if they're gay, but one thing's for sure, they absolutely want to become a woman. You know what I mean? So that means boobs, snip, snip, you know what I mean? The whole shebang. That's number two. And then number three, you got organizations that are spewing toxic content all over the internet, the World Wide Web, and I'm not talking about the magic box that I'm using right now to communicate this to you. I'm talking about humanity, the World Wide Web, the interconnection, brainwave synapses, and all kind of goodness in the stream of life. You know what I mean? So while they're throwing all these garbage agendas, it's basically, I feel like women have understood that their womanhood is being attacked, right? So they are being replaced by guys. That shit scares the fuck out of me too, because there's some dudes that look like girls and you don't know they're girls. And I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to be a dick, but shit is crazy, man. It's getting, a lot of people feel like, oh, I can recognize a dude even if he look, yes, most of the time, yes. I would agree that you have an eye of a lynx, you know what I mean, an eagle, you know what I mean, but there's sometimes you can't tell. And that shit's getting dangerous, man, because that person doesn't need to tell you that they were born a man. You know what I mean? That person and that person doesn't have male genitalia. This person has a female genitalia, but that female genitalia was not given to them by their mama. It was given to them by Dr. Fong. Dr. Fong from downtown Chinatown, you know what I mean? So it's not Dr. Fong's fault. Dr. Fong is just trying to make some money. It just so happens that he makes more money giving people a different set of family jewels. So anyway, I want to say that I'm very proud because women right now are not taking it laying down. No pun intended, no offense meant, but they're not taking this shit laying down. They're like, nope, we ain't having it. I have seen on TV in my region gays getting roasted, you know what I mean, and women speaking out about, no, you're, and it's they've been speaking out, but now it's like regular folks. Like now it's like, it's not just YouTube personalities. It's not just TV people. It's like everybody is like, no, we're not. Nah, we are women, and we're gonna be women, and we're gonna remain women. And you're a dude that decided to become women. Now you need to stay in your lane because you're still a dude. And that's fine, and that's fantastic, and I think that's a great message, and I think y'all should keep going, because I am an agent of change, but believe it or not, whether you believe that I'm an agent of change or not, it still doesn't change the fact that there's some things that should remain the same, just out of pure principalities, you know what I mean? I'm born, I got a penis. I don't feel like, you know, I gotta be careful with what I do with my penis. My penis is a spiritual. It's a spiritual mechanism, and I should be careful how I use this spiritual mechanism. You know what I mean? So being born and being told, oh well, you can go, you know, copulate with a toad or a fucking goat or a man dude. It's a weird way to be born. Even though some of our kids are technically being born in that notion where they're being encouraged to stick their penises anywhere they can stick their penises in. For some people that might be okay, but for some people it's not. Me personally, I think the individual can choose to experience whatever kind of experience they feel like experimenting. But at the end of the day, they should still respect the principles and values of certain set of social endeavors, i.e., nuclear family. You know what I mean? So it should be respected. Female, male genitalia should be respected. It's a thing. If you're born, you're not lucky or unlucky if you're born with a vagina. You're not lucky or unlucky if you're born with a penis. It doesn't matter what the penis does. It doesn't matter what the vagina does. What's important is what you do with your vagina and what you do with your penis. You know what I mean? So I guess you gotta have a certain clarity about yourself. You know, you gotta have a certain clarity about yourself. You have to have a certain understanding of not just your anatomy. Because somebody that just goes to school and tell you and points at the table and shows you that's a penis, okay, and that's a vagina. That's not enough. It's not enough. And a lot of, you can't, some of these things you can't learn in school. You're going to learn it later, or you're going to learn it in real life, or you're going to learn it in high school or in real life. You're going to learn about hormones and how a woman makes you feel, or how a dude makes you feel in some cases. So, it's all part of the individual's job, and as an individual, that's your journey to undertake. And I'm saying that because I don't want to sound like a dick, because at the end of the day, you can be attracted to a fucking cat, you know what I mean? Like, you could be it happens. Shit happens, man. You might get too drunk and some shit like that. So I'm thinking about those situations. I'm thinking about the exception, because the exception is gonna make or break society. Because let's say we all decide to cancel homosexual. Let's say we cancel homosexualism, right? And everybody's straight on the planet. And it's a rule that's enforced by law, and if you become gay, you're gonna get killed and shit. And then just so happens somebody that everything's been doing good for about 5, 10, 50 years or some shit like that, right? Just like in the movies. And then one day one guy wakes up, he ends up having sex with another guy, or a woman ends up having sex with another woman. Now what? Now we're gonna fucking hang these two people? I kind of feel iffy about it. You know what I mean? I kind of feel iffy about it, because the dude was a good dude. He was an okay person. But I don't know, something in his head tweaked, and he decided that he wanted to find out what it feels like to sleep with another person of the same sex, right? Society's fine. It won't break society. It's not gonna kill society. So what I'm saying is, it's an individual issue, and I don't think we should make it a national issue. I don't think we should make it a human issue. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, what you do in your bedroom is none of my fucking business. And the day that it becomes my business, we might as well all go to hell. You know what I mean? No, but for real, we might as well all die because because it's not just you. At the end of the day, you might think, oh, it's just gonna be the gays. No, what's gonna stop me from checking out what the straight people do? And now we're putting rules on how to have sex on people, period. You know what I mean? So one thing leads to another. We gotta be careful with that shit. We gotta be careful with that shit. Do I condone homosexuals? I don't have a problem with the homosexuals. I don't have a problem with homosexuals. I don't think about it that much. You know, I don't let it dictate my life or the way I think. You know, I'm a very open-minded person. I'm a very open-minded person, period. You know, so so yeah, man. I just wanted to say that I'm proud of women for standing up for their womanhood, which is fantastic. Something I didn't expect. This is very recent, by the way. So yeah, man, and segue again. So basically, I'm checking out these videos. I'm checking out the news and everything, and it feels like women are under attack by some meme entity. Because everywhere you go, all the channels, that's all they talk about. Everybody talks about women, and it's very peculiar. Because like someone else said, it is the time of Lilith, you know, and I didn't. Somebody else said it, but I'm confirming it. It is the Lilith era. It is at the time of Lilith. So, thing here is, women are being attacked. I don't know why. Now, women are complicated creatures. Oh, and speak of women, man, before I get into this, something else I should have said in my other video that I forgot to say. I would just like to say everybody that was involved with my last incident. It's my fault. I'm sorry. It's my fault. You know who you are. I don't need to say your name. If you watch this, I hope you watch this video. I hope you watch this video so I can tell you how dearly sorry I am, and I hope you forgive me. And I'm very sorry. The reason why I'm so sorry is because I know you're sitting there wherever you are and you're thinking like maybe you made a mistake, but you didn't. You didn't make a mistake. If somebody made a mistake, it was me. Obviously. Nobody's perfect. We both have issues. You know, apparently, obviously, everybody has issues. But above that, apart from that, you did not make a mistake. You're not stupid. Forgive yourself first, please. Do me a favor, forgive yourself. Don't think you're stupid. Don't think you made a mistake. There was no mistake. Everything you saw was real. Everything you saw that I showed you spiritually and emotionally, those things were real. What you felt was real. What you saw was real. It was not a figment of your imagination. Nobody lied to you. Unfortunately, I'm a man that has lots of enemies, you know, and that's the problem. But nevertheless, I could have handled it better. And I'm very sorry. And I'm deeply sorry. As much as I am deeply hurt, I'm very sorry. And I'm not hurt by you or anything that you did. I'm hurt by how I handled the situation. I know I could have handled it better. I know this could have been better. So, sorry about that. That's the most important part of the fucking video, if you ask me. You know. But anyway, let's get back to what we were saying. So, women are complicated creatures, and I don't want to talk about magic because I don't want to spoil the surprise. You know, Lilith is kind of counting on me to talk about what's gonna happen next. I don't think she should. You know what I mean? I don't think she should because I already know. So, and I don't want people. I don't even want. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of jealous. I'm kind of envious. I don't want people to have what I have. You know what I mean? I don't want people to have what I have. So, Lilith, if you're listening, don't count on me to do a good job. I'm gonna do a horrible job. I'm probably gonna do a horrible job on purpose because I don't want people to have what I have. Not this, because it's too magical. It's too potent. It's too strong. So, you know, I'm gonna guide you through it. If you tripping, come see me. But, you know, outright saying everything that it is, nah, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that at all. You're gonna have to figure it out. But anyways, women are complicated creatures, man. And so let's okay, so skip all that shit. Because the thing is there's like I've been lying to you guys. And let me tell you why I've been lying to you guys. Because I've been acting in my everyday life. I've been acting like you need to go out to a bar to meet women. You need to go outside. You need to do things to have a girlfriend. Here it comes, people. Now I know I might catch. I don't know if this is some flack catching content. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna catch some flack for saying this, which is fine. I always catch flack for saying anything, no matter what it is. Whether it's the truth or not, I catch flack, so I don't really mind. But one of these days, I'm gonna start slapping people in the face, though, man. I don't know, man. That like people be looking for trouble, man. People be coming around me looking for trouble, bro. Like I don't know, man. Anyway, so anyways, I'm thinking about how to properly say this, and I'm just gonna say it out. I'm just gonna say it straight. Look. And this ain't just for, well, maybe it is. Well, look, okay, so for black magicians, for dark magicians, we have a thing called a companion. You know, mostly all dark magicians have a companion. This is a human person. This is a human being. It's not an entity. It's not a thought form, but it stems from a thought form. This is given to you, or it is asked in order to accomplish deeds, in order to help you, not to accomplish deeds, but they're there to help you. Period. It's like a watered down version of what some people might call a guardian angel. Pardon me for saying. Pardon my language. So that's a companion to a dark magician. To a dark magician, the companion is like their guardian angel, kind of, more or less. You know, I've never seen a magician have a companion. I know as a magician, you can obviously there's a gajillion spells that you can use in order to have love in your life. So it doesn't come with the territory when we're speaking about magicians. What I'm saying is, with dark magician, that comes with the territory. Period. So, and you can have you can lose a companion, and you'll have another one, and you can lose companions. You can lose companions, or the companion can go away, or whatever. It's like a failed attempt, right? So regular people. Now the thing is, this is where it all falls down, and this is a secret. This is a secret. If you choose to believe it, believe it. If you don't, whatever. So look at here. Regular people can use the laws of attraction to have a woman in their life. See, the thing is, I don't think a lot of people uses the laws of attraction the way they're supposed to use the laws of attraction, because there's a thing going on in that so-called community, and I say so-called not to be disrespectful, because I don't think it's as prevalent as it used to be. I don't think it's a very big community. I don't think they're very I don't think they're hardcore here. So what the hell? I don't think they're hardcore here with those things. So, but I've never seen them explain how to properly do it too. Of course, you got to buy the book, or you got to get the CD, or go to the conference, and maybe you'll get more information. So I don't think that the information on that subject is out yet. You see, what I'm trying to say is, a lot of people are complaining right now, and this is dangerous. This is why I'm going to catch some flack, because lots of people are complaining about women doing this, women doing that, women being like this, women being like that. And I'm not saying they're wrong in some cases, but I'm obviously not saying they're right. Because at the end of the day, you can complain about a woman's attitude towards you. Justifiable. Okay. But to be like, F women, I don't need women anymore, no fat, semen retention, I'm not wasting no money on no women, blah, blah, blah. That right there, that's where shit goes awry a little bit. Because now they're formulating an idea in your mind that it's hard to find somebody to be with when it's not hard. What's complicated, what's difficult is dealing with personal issues either while being with somebody or before being with somebody. If you deal with your own personal issues before being with someone, you're going to have a wonderful relationship. But if you enter a relationship with all of your bullshit, expect bullshit to happen. No pun intended, no offense meant. That ain't even funny. So anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is that that kind of rhetoric is for non-believers. That kind of rhetoric is for non-believers, because true believers don't have those kinds of problems. They don't see life like that. You see, in my head, I see what's going on. I understand the issues that are being brought to the table. And those issues are completely fine and valid, because a lot of people don't practice any form of spirituality whatsoever. A lot of people. You see, a lot of people say they're spiritual, but they don't practice. It's like a lot of people say they believe in God. They believe in they say, a lot of people say they're Christian, but they don't practice. You know, it's the same thing. A lot of people, oh yeah, I'm spiritual, but they don't practice. They don't have a spiritual practice. They don't have any at all. Zero. None spiritual practice. And most of these people are good people. You know, they're not bad per se. You know, I wouldn't hang around with them, but they're not that bad either. You know, it's not like they're serial killers or some shit like that, you know. So the problem now is, the question I'm asking y'all is, do you guys see this as a non-believer problem, i.e., as someone that can manifest a woman of his choosing at any time and point, so he doesn't really have a reason to complain about women? As a matter of fact, you don't feel like complaining about women because it doesn't matter anymore at that point? Or it's a matter of the non-believers being right about women, period. You know. And there's a little thing going on with women that is very dangerous, might I add. It's very dangerous. There's something going on with women that's very dangerous, because a lot of people don't understand it. Some people don't want it. Some people disrespect it. And some people think it's disgusting. Some people, I'm talking about their not their promiscuity, but their openness, their sense of self. You know, women are being disrespected for being women. Women are being disrespected for being women. I'm sorry, but it's true. Like, look, I'm not simping. All I'm saying is, whatever she chooses to do, she's doing it for a reason, and you should let her do it. And cause look, man. Okay. There's a lot of women, right? Because women in the past couple of years have grown to be very open. They're very open. They like, a lot of people are complaining about, look, I can't approach a woman. Every time I approach women, they fucking send me off and blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe you just talked to the wrong woman, because a lot of women are open, and if you ugly this is the best era, because women are tired of going out with good looking dudes, because they feel like It's not my opinion, but they feel like good looking dudes be dogging them too much. So right now they out trying to get laid with an ugly ass motherfucker. So if you ugly right now, boy, this is your lucky day. You know. Nonetheless, and that's only one of the factors, one of the variables that women have added to their persona. Because, like I said, they're very open now. They are women are the most open that I've ever seen in my life, and I mean like women from a wide range of age. So from young adult to cougar. And it's not new. I don't think it's new, but the force and the strength and the energy that's behind it, that's kind of new. Now, I'm going to sound misogynistic, but for a nigga like me, this is a great time. For a dude like me, this is a great time because I can get laid by a bunch of beautiful women that probably 10 years ago I would have a lot of difficulty bringing back home. But now those same gorgeous women are now kind of like, you know what? Fuck the fact that I'm gorgeous. I just want a man. Which is, I guess that's fine for some people. But like I said before, me, I'm good. You know what I mean? But, and I do sound like a dick when I say that, because I do understand that some people, or what they're trying to say is that they have principles and values, and they want their principles and values to be respected, and they would also like to share those principles and values with somebody else. Like I said before, everything you said is valid, and I completely understand it. What's been brought on the table isn't stupid. The thing is it relevant? That's the fucking question. That's the fucking question. It's like, okay, for people that don't understand what because I'm being cryptic on purpose. I don't want to sound like a dick. I don't want to say too much, because there's some people that are very smart for the wrong reasons. You might say some shit and they can read between the lines, and then they're going to do some stupid shit, which I'm very afraid of, especially when it comes to women, because I don't want women to get hurt. I don't want women to get hurt. I don't want them to be in trouble. So I don't want to say nothing that somebody can take advantage of, even though probably somebody's gonna find a way to take advantage of all the information that they find on the internet, regardless if it's true or not, obviously. But I digress. Like I was saying, what was I saying again? So anyways, man, like I said, women are open more than they used to be, and to somebody like me, I enjoy it. I love that shit, and and it's okay for you to feel the way they feel. The thing is, people are making women feel bad about them finding their newfound self, because it's not new. It's just there's time periods. People forget about history. People always tell me to go read up on history, but yet history happens in front of their face and they don't even recognize it. History repeats itself. And so back in the days, let's go back to the boomer era, right? The industrial baby boomer era. People were busy, they was working, right? And if we go down to 1960s, 1950s, women were stuck at home, working too. There was working being women. cooking the food, taking care of the child, making sure the house is clean, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. You know, so women didn't have time to explore themselves all that much. Now, if you go back a couple of years, if you go back a couple generations before that, where we were a little bit more wild and savage, you know what I mean? Women were seen as a commodity, slaves, and things of that matter. Why were they seen as slaves? Because everybody's fucking horny. So, the oldest job in the world is prostitution. Because back in the days, there was no such thing as blue-collar workers. It did not exist. Prostitution is the oldest profession on this planet. So, what I'm trying to say here is, women don't feel like being prostitute nowadays. And even if they do, they want some form of respect behind it, which is understandable. But what I am trying to say is that in how they're acting right now, the way. Because the difficult thing is, we're looking at shows where one single individual, one single woman, or a certain specific group of women is talking. Most of the time, these women are not talking for all women. Most of the time, when a woman says something, she's speaking for herself. Because women are not a solidary group. They don't have solidarity. So every time somebody comes under fire, that woman has to defend herself the best way she can, whether or not she has friends. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When I'm speaking of, I'm not just saying friends. I'm not talking about just friends. I'm talking about society as a whole. So, you know, give me a second here. Where'd I put that? So put this thing. So, you know, like I was saying, the new energy that they're exhibiting right now is not the women. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, everybody thinks women need to catch up. But in actuality, we're the ones that need to catch up. And it's do or die right now. It's either you get with the program or you get trampled. You get stampeded. You know what I mean? You're going to get stampeded by reality. So, we don't want you to get stampeded by reality. Especially since it's not your fault, because women are progressing regardless. They don't know. It's not like it's a download thing. It's not like they pass themselves a message. No, it came with the generation. Like I was saying before, they didn't have liberty. But then here comes the 80s. Now they're starting to get a little bit of liberty, and then civil rights movement, women's rights, voting and all that shit, equality in the workspace and all that stuff, and blah blah blah. Now we have construction workers that are women, when 5 years ago there was no construction women at all. Zero. Women could not be on a construction site, period. So now with all that freedom, with all that fighting, and now that all the dust is settled, what happens next? Like I always say. So what's going on? So now, okay, we're swimming in the territory, and now, you know, we got jobs, we got this, we got that, we're living But now we're a couple years down the line. So what's going on? All that time that you didn't get to be a woman is starting to resurface. All that time that you wasn't free to be yourself is starting to come back up. Like a tidal wave. Just like water. So what's going on is that these women's that we're judging right now, that we're going after right now, that we're saying this and that about, they're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. They are acting the way they're supposed to be acting. I'm not saying all of them is right, because everything, with great power comes great responsibility. You know what I mean? So when you get a certain rush like that of energy, of different parallel, of when you get a rush of paradox like that, guess what? You're gonna have people that are gonna be out of hand. There's gonna be some women that's gonna act out of hand. There's some women that is gonna take it too far. But it's not all of them. What I'm trying to tell you, without telling you, is that a lot of people think they know what their women want, but they don't know. And they mostly all want the same thing. But you gotta listen. I'm not gonna tell you because I don't want to. But okay. Okay. All women want is to be dominated. Women want to be dominated. That's not a secret. Or kind of, yes, it is. All women want to be dominated. And that's the reason why they be acting crazy sometimes. Because we're not dominating them. We're giving them the choice to do things. And we're giving them freedom. They already got freedom. They already got money. They don't need that. They don't give a fuck. And if they want some money, they can find a bajillion ways to get some. That's not a problem. That's neither here or there. What they want from their man, they want to feel the man. You know, they don't want just straight sex and, you know, fucking missionary and that's it. No, they want to be dominated. They want to be tossed around, dominated, you know. I'm gonna slow my ass down. I'm gonna slow my ass down. You know what I mean? I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna chill. You know, it's like I said, it's a new energy. It's a new energy because it is a new energy because the energy 10 years ago was take me out on a date. You know what I mean? And if you don't take me out on a date, you're a bastard, and I hope you die and all kinds of shit. Nowadays it's like it's not about dates. You know, I see a lot of videos about people talking about dates and shit. I don't know what they're talking about, man. Nobody dates anymore, bro. You know what I mean? That's not what it's about. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why women don't approach dudes. Because they don't know if you're going to freak out. Because most dudes would. A lot of dudes would freak out. A lot of supposed chads or supposed high value dudes that are captains of their ship would freak out when they see shit like that, man. Because it's not in their value, it's not in their morality. There's a morality issue. But the thing is that's the reason why I'm here, right? That's the reason why we're all here, right? Because we're trying to open up the horizons of your morality, you know. Because when we're talking about sex and women, there's no morality issues there, man. Like, it's either you like the girl or you don't. That's the only morality issue there. Period. Whatever you do in the bedroom is up to you. You know, because if she likes it and you like it, what's the moral issue? You know what I mean? There's a moral issue if somebody sneaks up by your window or catches you in the bathroom having sex. Then there's a morality issue coming from an intermediate group, a third party. So that third party has a problem with you two, but you two don't have a problem with each other. So that's the thing. That's the difference. And you know, so there is no hell for people with pure hearts. Let's put it that way. There's no hell for people with pure hearts. There might be a hell for sexual deviants, but I don't think there's a hell for somebody with a pure heart. Or else that would beat the purpose, now wouldn't it? Would defeat the purpose. So women nowadays want to be dominated. And they want to be loved, but they also want to feel that love. You know, and it's not just about love, it's about your personal value too. Are you king of the mountain or not? Because one thing is for sure, women want to be with the man that's king of the mountain. And even if you're not king of the mountain, she wants to feel like you're king of the mountain. She wants to feel like she's sleeping with a guy that deserves to have this happen. You know what I mean? Like, so when you like when you're doing missionary, it's boring. She can't feel shit. She can't feel a fucking thing. And it's crap. You know, like, no, but for real, think about it. It is like, what the like, it's just, you're not saying anything, you're not telling her anything. All you're doing is missionary. That's it. Now, when you have sex, you got to tell a story. Some people have sex and it's like they're telling the story. And then there's other people, they have sex and it's like they have nothing to say. That ain't right. She knows you got something to say. She's not saying you ain't got nothing to say. It's just that you're acting like you got nothing to say. And that's the big fucking thing with women. Like, it's all psychological. Everything is psychological. With women, everything is psychological. Even shit that should not be psychological is psychological. You know what I mean? So, you know, when you're just like, you sitting there, you're like, oh, she's just a itch with a B, pardon my language, she blah blah blah, you know, whatever. And you know, at the end of the day, it's not, yes, she was acting like a, you know, bleep, and yes, she did that, and yes, she blah blah blah. Okay, but how were you acting in the relationship? Were you being a boss hog that loves her? Not just a boss hog, because if you just act like a boss hog, she's not gonna like it. But if you act like a boss hog that likes her, holy mackerel. You know what I mean? Holy mackerel, bro. Buckle up. You know what I mean? So, anyways, you see, I didn't even want to say all that. I just gave y'all too much game. I gave y'all too much game. That's too much game. It's too much game. So, anyways, there's two different things happening right now. Women are being attacked, and women are just trying to be women. And those two different things that are happening is women have new energy, and they're trying to find themselves in that energy, and dudes and the media is not helping at all. And the only thing it's doing is making them feel bad about being themselves, which they do not have to feel bad about. And that's sad. That's very sad. And then there's also the notion that you don't even need to get in all of that nonsense. This is the magician part of me that's talking right now. You don't even need to get in all of that, all of those stories, bruh. Because if you practice, if you have a spiritual practice, whichever your spiritual practice is, because I don't know, there's a lot of people that listen to my channel that are not dark magicians. There's a lot of them that are dark magicians. There's some of them that are not. There's some of them that are regular magicians. Some shit. There's a lot of Christians that watches my channel because they fucking hate me, and some of them don't even hate me. I don't even know why they listen to my channel. There's some Christians that listen to my shit, and I don't even know why. Like, anyway, so this is why I'm speaking on a broadband basis here. So yeah, man, like you don't, if you have in your spiritual practice, and I've done the research and I'm very aware of it, and I probably even tried it, in all spiritual sectors there is at least one or two spells that you can do in order to have a woman. Like I said, for dark magicians, we have a obligatory companion that are with us. So I don't see how a dark magician has any woman issues at all. First of all, first things, point blank range. And if you've noticed, it's very rare to see a black magician that's not with a girl. It's very rare. It's extremely rare. I have not seen that in quite a long time. So those guys are already, they're not even in this conversation. They don't even count. You know what I mean? We don't even count. You know what I mean? Magicians, there are a plethora of spells from many kinds of cultures that you can do in order to, and like there's one, like I've tried Enochian, and there is a spell for Enochian in order to have women, and it works. I've used it, I tried it, it works. It's not perfect. Well, I didn't get the time to master it, but it works. Yeah, so whatever. So anyways, this is an important video, and you need to listen to it again, because you're gonna have to read between the lines in this video, because it kind of explains what's going on right now and what's going to happen. And it's good news. If you're smart and you can read between the lines, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I don't know about the women being attacked stuff. That's gonna be harder to do, because I don't know how far these guys are gonna take it. I don't know how hard they're gonna go to the paint, and they're already pretty much going hard to the paint right now. I call this going hard to the paint. So they're pretty much, it's an all-out attack. So You know, and there's a lot of dudes that are not gonna protect women in this attack, obviously. There's some dudes that are going to protect women. There's some women that are gonna protect women. So it's gonna be a fight. It's already a fight. It's already a fight. It's gonna be a fight, and it's already a fight. But it's a fight that we're not gonna lose, because at the end of the day, everyone loves women, and this whole fucking conversation is null and void, because at the end of the day, everybody loves women. You know, like, anyways, so, well, except if you're gay. But if you're gay and you act like a girl but you don't like girls, that's kind of weird. Anyway, so whatever, you know, because that happens a lot. So anyways, I'm gonna end this video right here, and I hope to see you guys again, pun intended, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Peace out. Don't forget to subscribe.